So Erika Jayne wants to see Kyle Richards grilled at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion next week. We got a new teaser for the upcoming Pump Rules spinoff with Jax, Brittany, and Kristen. And Alexis Bellino is coming for Meghan King. Today is going to be juicy, baby. Oh, hi, it's me, Zack Peter, pop culture junkie, reality TV insider, published author, and host of the No Filter with Zack Peter podcast. Here I'll bring you all the latest news on the Real Housewives, deep dives into celebrity legal scandals, and unfiltered combos with your favorite stars. I've got you covered. And yes, I always keep receipts. So be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for all the latest tea. Now, let's dive in. What up, everybody? Everybody in the club. How is your Thursday going? I hope you guys are living life. I hope you guys are enjoying your week. It is almost the weekend. Do you have any fun weekend plans? I'm going to Sarah from Jeff Lewis Obsessed. She's hosting a Q&A with Kristen Takeman on Saturday. So I'm going to go to that, which will be fun. And I think outside of that, tomorrow I have a very fun and eventful Friday. I have a very fun and eventful day, taping a very special new project that I cannot wait to share with you guys. You guys are going to die. You're going to love it so much. I don't think you're ready for it though. I've kind of dropped subtle little hints. Like if you're being super in tune with Instagram, then maybe you've picked up on a sliver of a something. But yeah, no Josh. No Josh doesn't tape with me in the mornings. Why would Josh be here? Josh has never taped with me in the mornings. Sky, get out of the toilet. Sky. He's gotten into that. Sorry, he's gotten into the habit of drinking out of the toilet lately, and it is every day. It's like a new adventure with the pups. Every day, there's just something new, and there's a bad habit that they just discover, and then we're just living life. You're the best podcaster in the reality TV realm. We love you. Oh my god, thank you. So before we get into the tea, you guys, I told you yesterday that I started taping at Spotify's new studio, which I just have to share with you guys. Look at this. This new studio is so dope. I'm so happy and so just having a pinch me moment of oh, look at that. We legit, baby. We at Spotify Studio, Spotify HQ. They have so many nice studios, and my studio is so nice. We have the blue lights in the background. You can't really see from this photo that I'm sharing on YouTube, but and that I post on Instagram. You can see little snippets on Instagram if you go on my Instagram at Just Plain Zack. But it was so dope. They had my name on the screen, and the engineer came. It was really awesome. I think Spotify's doing a really good job of building up their podcast creators, and I'm very grateful. So I taped yesterday an episode with the guys Sam and John from OKOP, which is a podcast that I taped. I taped their podcast. I went into their studio a couple of days ago to tape their show, and then they came to Spotify to tape my show. So both episodes will drop next week, so you get to watch them. But that was really fun since we've lately been on the topic of love and dating and sex. That'll be, oh my god, he's still drinking the toilet water. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. That'll be a fun vet bill later. But so OKOP, Sam and John, they host a podcast where basically they dissect people's relationships. So I brought them on the podcast to dissect different Vanderpump relationships. So I had them, dissect Rachel and Tom Sandoval and Sam and Corey and Tamra and Alexis Bellino and Shannon Beador and Kim, Courtney, and Travis. So it was a fun episode. We talk a lot about love and sex and dating, and it's fun. It's funny. I'm a little vulnerable in it, so I just figured it would be a fun episode. I think we're going to drop it this upcoming Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. But look at that. We legit. We at Spotify now, honey. We getting it. Okay, what should we? And then last night afterwards, I went to after we taped our Salt Lake City recap, which is now up on YouTube. I went to an event. It was a networking event that my manager David brought me to, or was like, you have to come to this and network. And I'm like, great, I love talking to people. But it was actually a lot of fun. It was here in downtown. It's literally down the street from me, which is great. So after Josh and I wrapped our Salt Lake City recap, we walked straight over there, and we had a good time. We got to meet some brands. We got some like fun essential oils. We got lots of goodies. We got like a new little selfie stick with a light and a microphone. We got all sorts of goodies, and we tried to make friends. There was this one moment where I was telling Josh, like, okay, we need to make friends. Like, we need to like socialize more and like engage with other people more. And so we walked up to the bar, and there's this girl there, and she's sitting there by herself. And so I was like, okay, Josh, you're like way friendlier than I am. So you need to be the one to like use your Southern charm to like, get other people to want to talk to us. And so we walk up to the bar, and she's sitting there by herself. And then Josh turns to her and he goes, hi, so how are you? And she like didn't look up, wouldn't acknowledge him, like absolutely just completely ignored him. And he's like, great. And then he turns back to me, and I was like, sorry, like you did a good job. Like, it was brutal. It was so brutal. Cause she just like would not give us the time of day. I'm like, you look cute, but like, God, do you need to be such a bitch? Like, he said hi to you. Like, you could say hi back. He's friendly when he wants to be. But no, we had a good time. It was fun. It was a cute little rooftop vibe at level 8. So we had a good time. I'm liking my dark hair. I think the dark hair is a vibe that I'm very much, very much here for. He did not wear his Waffle House slides. Zach, need all your opinions on the Valley. Tell us some insider tea. Oh, yes, we'll get into that. I wish your Ringer series was also online and on YouTube. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, we'll see where the Ringer takes things. I know they're still trying to, evolve. Why are we talking about Kristen Doty? Stranger Things, you two look sharp AF. I know, I always look sharp AF. I always look cute. I always look like, ooh, who dat? Dat me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, who dat sexy? That sexy me. But no, it was fun. We had a good time. Your hair is perfect. Thank you. Stranger danger. Yeah, it really was a stranger danger. Nobody wanted to talk to us. I'm like, you know what? Fine, we'll just talk to each other. And then there was one guy that Josh had recognized that like is a content creator that like he follows, and he's like, "Oh my god, I want to take a picture with him." And I was like, "I don't know who that is," but he was really nice. He was so nice. And he's like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I talk pop culture, and celebrity news." And he's like, "Oh, so you messy?" And I was like, "I'm so nice." And he's just like, "That's how I know you're messy. Is when you say you're nice and you're talking about celebrities and you're talking about pop culture, I know you are messy." I was like, "Well, if the glove fits," right? Who was it? I don't know who it was. I don't remember his name. He's like an angry guy on TikTok. He like is mad all the time. And so he like took a picture with Josh. Josh wanted to take a picture with him, and so they took a picture, and he was like mad. Not Josh, but the guy. That's his brand. His brand is angry, and my brand is messy. So I have to stay messy. Look cute, act messy. That's my tagline. Look cute, act messy. There you go. Mission statement. Holla. Okay. Let's talk. Do you want to talk about the Valley? Okay. I guess we can start with that. Josh follows angry people. Yeah, Josh loves to follow angry people. That's what he does. Holla. It's so funny. Everyone tells me, they're like, oh my God, Zach, your hair looks so much healthier now that it's dark. And I'm like, do you guys not realize it is the same hair that I had 2 weeks ago when it was blonde? It is literally like this hair is my blonde hair. It is still my damaged, bleached blonde hair. It's just now filled in with color. Even though, yes, this is my natural hair color. The sides are a little more of my natural. Well, actually, no, because we put dye on all of my head. That way it all kind of blended together. But we had to fill in all of the blonde with darker, like warmer tones. We did like 2 other tones before we put the black on. So listen, it is still my hair. So if it looked damaged 2 weeks ago, guess what? It's still damaged now, until it like fully grows out, and then it's all my natural hair. But like my natural hair is like maybe an inch of root, but like for the most part, if I pick this up, like this is a lot. Look, if I pull my strands up, like that's a lot of hair, and it is all damaged. Look at that. That is damaged hair, guys. So I love that you think my hair looks healthier, but my hair is no healthier than it was 2 weeks ago. Be honest with you about that, especially now that I get to wash it a little more. Ooh, it's going to dry out. Okay, insider tea from the Valley. Okay, So I want to see Kristen steal the show from annoying Jax. I'm not excited about the Valley. I saw the preview and I'm not excited. Okay, so let's talk about the Valley then, since everybody's jazzed about that. So we got a new teaser, which basically starts with Jax Taylor. There was the Vanderpump Rules premiere party that was on Wednesday night. I did not go to that. I had some friends that did go to that. Some, I think they invited like some influencers, but then they opened it up to the public and you could buy tickets. I think the tickets were like $200 to attend this, which was wild. $200 is a lot of like for a premiere party, but you also got to see the advanced screener of Vanderpump Rules and, got to see the cast. I've seen the cast. I got an advanced screener that I got to watch from the comfort of my apartment. Listen, it looked like a lot of fun. Had I not already been booked for another event, I would have gone to the premiere party because that would have been fun. But yeah, I did not attend the premiere party because one, I had the Salt Lake City recap, and two, I had the other event that was literally down the street from me. So I was like, okay, do I go to see Sheena when I know Sheena? Do I go to see the premiere when I have the premiere here? I'm not trying to have a humble brag, but I was just like, but it looks, some people did look like they had a lot of fun there, which was great. Sheena was doing good as gold. The girls looked high. Even Sandoval looked kind of cute when he was walking the red carpet. I was like, okay, you can cheat on me. I'm here for it. But so they released a new teaser trailer for the spinoff that we've heard of for many, many months called, well, we now know the official title of it is called The Valley. And so it showcases Jax Taylor and Kristen Doty, her boyfriend Luke, and then we also see country bumpkin Brittany. And so basically, well, I guess I'll read you to me, aside from this like promo, the announcement didn't really have much news to announce that we haven't already heard. I feel like they've had 3 different announcements about this. Um, I think the biggest part of this announcement is that it's actually going to air on Bravo, which at first we were hearing that it was going to be 6 episodes. It was going to be a limited series. It was going to air on Peacock. Now it looks like it might be more than 6 episodes. It's unclear. Let's read. Okay, so this is the press release that went out via Deadline. So amid the renewed interest in Vanderpump Rules following Scandal, Bravo has announced the cast for the spinoff reality series The Valley. So, but I feel like we've already known the cast. That's why this announcement was a little interesting. So it's Kristen Doty, Jax Taylor, Brittany Cartwright. The show's going to premiere in spring 2024, assuming when Vanderpump Rules ends or like right at the tail end of it. So Vanderpump is in January. So February, March, April, May. So we'll probably get it about April or May. The show follows a group of close friends as they trade in bottle service in West Hollywood for baby bottles in the Valley, all while navigating the bustling businesses, rocky relationships, and feisty friendships. The cast includes Doty's partner Luke, as well as Danny and Nia, Bucco, Jesse and Michelle Lally, and Jason and Jeanette Caperna. Joining the series as friends are Jasmine Good and Zack Wickham. So Zack Wickham is Kristen Doty's friend. We've seen them hang around a lot. And then Jasmine Good, she was rumored to be joining Vanderpump Rules in season 9. Remember they fired Stassi, Kristen, and Jax? Jasmine Good was in talks to be one of the replacements. I believe they didn't offer her enough money, so she didn't do it. At least that's what I remember. Again, I'm going off of memory from that time. But Jasmine Good, wasn't she part of The Bachelor or something? Let me verify that. Jasmine Good. She was on, she was on The Bachelor season 21. She was eliminated in week 6. Returned for the 4th season of Bachelor in Paradise. She split from Jonathan Treese in week 5. There we go. But what is her relationship to Zack Wickham? Zack Wickham is Brittany Cartwright's BFF, not Kristen Doty's BFF. But I feel like Zack and Kristen have also gotten pretty close. But they'll be friends of. They won't be actual series regulars. So yeah. This again, the announcement really didn't say much. And then they like have little blurbs about the cast. Meet the Valley cast here, Jax and Brittany. Jax and Brittany went from clubbing every night with their friends to watching cartoons every morning with their toddler crews. They wouldn't have it any other way. While Jax used to proclaim he never wanted to settle down and have kids, that all changed when he met the love of his life, Brittany. Far away from their relatives in Kentucky and Florida, Jax and Brittany called the Valley home and have made friends their family. Now married for more than 4 years. Wow, it's only been 4 years. The couple is often the voice of reason and the glue that holds the group together. Interesting. Then we have Kristen and Luke. After her last breakup, Kristen came to the realization that she was ready to have a baby, and as life would have it, that's when she met Luke at a wedding in Colorado. An outdoorsman who enjoys fishing and hunting in the Rocky Mountains, Luke is no fan of the hustle and bustle of Hollywood, but has chosen to reside in the valley to be with Kristen. This duo has a lot to juggle, including starting a family, caring for 3 dogs, running multiple businesses, and not to mention figuring out which state they want to call home. Okay. We have Danny and Nia. Danny and Jax met on a night out in LA and instantly clicked when they realized they were both raised in Michigan with similar values. Love a good Michigan boy. Once Brittany met Nia, a former Miss USA, their friendship was solidified. Deep into parenting with 3 children and all under the age of 2, Danny and Nia find themselves busy with raising their kids, minivan shopping, and figuring out just how far into the valley they'll move. Doesn't sound very exciting, these storylines. Janet and Jason. Having lived in the same area in West Hollywood alongside Jax, Brittany, and Kristen, Janet has been friends with the 3 for many years and has made the leap to the valley with her husband, Jason, a former executive assistant. Janet is taking a break from her career to focus on her newborn. Jason is a successful attorney who can argue both sides of any situation. Recently welcoming their first child, the couple is ready to begin their lives as first-time parents. Then we have Jesse and Michelle. Jesse's been friends with Jax since the 2 lived as models together in New York. Oh, now Jesse and his wife Michelle have a 3-year-old daughter, and they are a team of luxury real estate brokers in LA. The couple sells homes to the top 1% of the top 1%, and they cultivate their clientele in the city and abroad. They're discovering that a fast-paced lifestyle can be a challenge to balance alongside marriage and parenthood. Then we have Jasmine Good, a former server. Jasmine, wow, she went from The Bachelor to being a server. That's embarrassing. Sorry. A former server, Jasmine is settling into the next chapter of her life after her time as an NFL cheerleader and a member of the Bachelor Nation. Wow, she went from being an NFL cheerleader and Bachelor Nation to then bussing tables at Sir. Jesus. I was gonna say one time on a fall from grace, no judgment, but like shit, girl. Now she's working to get a real estate career. Everybody in LA. If you're not an Uber driver, you're a real estate agent. Gina K. Off the ground under Michelle's mentorship. Although she isn't looking to have kids at the moment, she's hoping for a family someday with her girlfriend Melissa. She has a girlfriend? Now she's gay? What? Plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. She's like she's the lesbian Colton Underwood. And then we have Zach Wickham. Best friends. Oh, Brittany's best friend from college, Zach, is a gym goer who loves partying and dancing the night away in the West Hollywood scene. I hate him already. He sounds annoying. He loves partying and dancing the night away in West Hollywood, and he's a gym goer. Anybody that identifies as a gym goer and loves to party and dance the night away in West Hollywood is just gay. And I don't say that derogatory because I am gay, but like, as the only single member in the group, oh God, why does the Zach have to be the only single member in the group? Why does the Zach character have to be the saddest sounding character of them all? Well, I mean, you could have also been a cheerleader in Bachelor Nation and then become a busser for Lisa Vanderpump. That's, you know. As the only single member in the group, Zach is its de facto confidant and often the only mediator between different gossiping factions. The Valley is produced by 32 Flavors Entertainment, High Make East, and Evolution Media, and Amazon MGM studio company with executive producers Alex Baskin and Jeff Festa for 32 Flavors Entertainment, Aaron Rothman, John Halpert, Jessica Chesler, Barry Posnick and Lucia Augustina, Chaz Morgan, Anne Swan, Lisa Vanderpump, and Ryan Revel are also executive producers. Oh, Ryan Revel is an executive producer. Wow, he reps them. That's interesting. He represents the cast. Very cool that now we see that he's also now a producer. I was wondering if they were going to include Lisa Vanderpump in that. But it just, I don't know. Those descriptions didn't sound very good, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to this though. The teaser, a lot of people didn't like. It's like, oh, is this one it's gonna be? It's really campy, right? So the teaser itself is Jax Taylor, and he's like walking through the neighborhood. It's very like, it reminds me kind of like of Barbie, when Barbie's walking through the neighborhood. And so we see Jax and he's waving and saying hi to all the good neighbors nearby, and everyone's like, oh, we're saying hi to our neighbors. And so it's very neighborhoody, right? It looks very very much the valley. It looks like the suburbs. And looks a little Stepford Wivesy. It's campy and it's cheeky and it's a super, it brings very camp vibes. Which is cute. I thought that the teaser was cute. Some people are like, this looks dumb. Listen, it's not gonna be as crazy as Vanderpump Rules because they're not all getting shit-faced and cheating on each other, but it's gonna be different, you know? I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be fun. We don't know how many episodes it's gonna be. It was originally rumored to be 6 episodes, but it was also originally rumored to be coming to Peacock and not Bravo, and now we know it's actually coming to Bravo. So, we'll see what it brings. I think it'll be good. Everyone always says, "All these other shows are so toxic." Well, here you go. You wanted some non-toxic content. Now you can see, you know, babies. Zack is besties with Kristen Doty. I'm not besties with Kristen Doty. Um, I've become friendly with, I mean, she's been on my podcast twice before many years ago, and then I've reconnected with her recently. She was in my Friendsgiving live show back in November. Um, you know, I've kind of kept in touch with her, but like for the most part, I wouldn't say we're besties. Do I have any tea on the new Valley spinoff? It looks good. I mean, I know that there is drama. I don't know how invested in that drama we're gonna be. It's more of just like, you know, what did you say to my wife? And settle down. Like it's not that. It's not Vanderpump Rules. You know, it's not Scandival, which I think is fine, right? We're moving into a different place. Jasmine used to work at Sir. She's friends with Sheena. Is she? I didn't know Jasmine Good has a girlfriend. Apparently she does, and she's looking to have a baby with her girlfriend. Zack is Brittany's hometown friend. Yes. Oh, sorry. You're saying Zack Wickham is besties with Kristen, not me. I was like, I'm not besties with Kristen. Got it. So you have to specify which Zack you're talking about because even our names are spelled the same way. And listen, I don't want to be described as, you know, a gym goer that loves to party it up and dance in West Hollywood all night long. So, yeah. Danielle says, "Well, I think the trailer is corny. I will be totally watching it." It is corny. It's corny and it's campy, but it's not like I don't think that that's a bad thing. Like I think like it's meant to be kind of cheeky, which I think will be fun. I'm assuming that this sort of teaser is what the opening for the show is going to be. Right? Similar to like Vanderpump Rules, how we go through the restaurant and they're all kind of like serving up drinks and cocktails and stuff. Interesting that they brought Lisa Vanderpump in as a producer because I was wondering, like, are they going to bring her in at all? Because I don't know if she'll actually be. It's not technically Vanderpump Rules, even though it's sort of a spinoff of Vanderpump Rules. It happens to just have some of the former cast members. So I'm like, will they get away with that? Are they going to try to like, you know, move on from Lisa Vanderpump? But she's a producer on this. It seems like she's more of a silent producer, like more of just like she's got the name and she's collecting the check. But yeah, I'm rooting for the lesbian. Good for you. She needs all the help she can get. Okay. That's the Valley. It's coming to Bravo this spring. Kyle Richards just celebrated her 55th birthday in Mexico. Looked like a lot of fun. She looked like she was living her best life. She had all her girlfriends there. She's like, "Hey, look at me living it up in Mexico." Mexico. She was showing off her abs, showing off her nice toned body. Interestingly though, we had Teddy there. Teddy Mellencamp was there with Kyle, but we did not have Morgan Wade. Gonna make you fall in love with me. Maybe they've fallen out of love with each other, unless Morgan's like on tour or something. But I found that interesting. She's been so close to Morgan. She's been hanging out with Morgan so much. And now here she is having a girls' trip with no Morgan Wade. Where's Morgan Wade? We at least had Teddy there, which cute. You know, her and Teddy are really good friends. So I think that's great for them. But I'm just curious as to where Morgan Wade is. We know Mauricio wasn't there, but I don't think anybody's surprised. One, it's a girls' trip, and two, like, I don't know what's going on with them. They're clearly separated, but we'll see what happens. But on the topic of Kyle Richards, one, happy 55th birthday, Kyle. Live it up in Mexico. But on that topic, Erika Jayne was just on Watch What Happens Live. I haven't seen this week's episode of Beverly Hills yet because, like I said, we had an event to go to last night. But Erika Jayne was on Watch What Happens Live, and she was telling Andy, you know, because the reunion's coming up. It films next week. The Real Housewives of Miami reunion is filming today. So that's happening right now. Morgan was there. I heard Morgan was there. Morgan's not in any of the pictures. They mentioned that on the podcast. She must have been taking the pictures for them. Well, that's rude. Why wouldn't she post any photos? She posted so many photos and none of them with Morgan. Maybe Morgan didn't want to be in the photos because Morgan's like, listen, I don't want to be a part of any of this. Okay, so Morgan Wade was there. She's just not shown in any of Kyle's actual photos on Instagram, which again is a little strange. I don't see why they wouldn't show Morgan, but also, I don't know if anybody did watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills last night, but my friend Kelly Christine, who did my hair, she's been doing my hair. She's been bleaching it for the past 6 years, and she took me back to dark. So she is my girl. She was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills last night. There was like a shot of her drinking some wine, and I was like, oh, Kelly. She made her debut on Beverly Hills. I haven't watched it yet, but shout out to Kelly. She made her Beverly Hills debut. Okay, so let's talk about Erika really quickly. Now that we can confirm Morgan is not on the pics is strategic. It's interesting. Paparazzi got them by the pool with Teddy. Okay, so Morgan was there. Interesting. But Erika, so she was talking to Andy and she was like, listen, Andy, is everybody going to get fair treatment at this year's reunion? And he's like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I was eviscerated at the reunion and fair is fair. So I just feel like everybody should get that same level of questioning. And Andy was like, oh, you think? He's like, well, Kyle, when she was on Watch What Happens Live, she answered all my questions. And she's like, okay, I'm just saying. So I guess there are a lot of questions. I mean, we all have a lot of questions about Kyle and Mauricio, and I guess a lot of questions about Morgan Wade. So I guess she wants Kyle to be grilled. She's like, listen, I love Kyle and she's a dear friend of mine, but, you know, she wants to see her in the hot seat. She's like, listen, fair is fair. We've all had to sit there and be grilled, which Erika was grilled for the last 3 seasons, right? She was grilled for, was it the last 3 seasons or the last 2? I guess the last 2 seasons. I'm trying to think. How many reunions? I guess it was only no, I feel like it was 3 seasons of that, right? But I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember like what her other. I remember her in the pink dress, and that's where she had to sit and answer for all the Tom Girardi stuff. That I hated that pink dress. That was not, or that entire reunion vibe was not it. And then she had the blue dress, so it looked like it was only those 2 reunions. It was this most recent reunion and the reunion prior, because I don't think there was a reunion in between there where there was like a big grilling. Because remember, she had to answer for the earrings and she had to answer for um, the Tom stuff and she had to answer for the Kathy stuff. And so she's like, listen, we've all had to be grilled. We've all had to be plummeted. Everyone's dove into you dissected our lives and picked apart our questions and picked apart what we talked about on the show. But it's interesting because we do know that there is that final scene with Kyle and Erika where they're talking about the marriage, and Kyle's like, I feel like people are disappointed in our marriage because they don't believe in love anymore. And Kyle's like, this is true love. The only people that know about this are, the only people that know about your marriage are you and Mauricio. But I guess now Erika does have questions, and she's like, bring it on. Yes, Erika's was because of horrendous accusations, and Kyle just might be gay. Well, I mean, you never know. Kyle is always preaching for everyone to be honest, so now it's her turn to just be honest. That's a good point. I agree. Listen, I love me some Kyle Richards. I think Kyle Richards is the queen of Beverly Hills. I think she carries the show season after season. She is the anchor. She is the center diamond always because she is the anchor of the show. Even though she may not always be the fan favorite, she's still the anchor of Beverly Hills. And yeah, we'll see. Be honest, and it's time. Has there been a reunion when Kyle hasn't cried? She's an emotional person, Tanya. What do you expect? But yeah, so we'll see. Erika is definitely here for a Kyle grill. She's like, I love her, but fair is fair. And I agree, fair is fair. I didn't think that Kyle was going to get out of this easily. So we'll see what happens. Kyle is one of Andy's pets. Well, Andy's going to have to grill her now. Okay, so we just got like I said, the Miami reunion is taping today. So we just got the reunion seating chart right here. Andy Cohen is center as always. Then to Andy's left, we have Gertie, Alexia, Julia, Kiki, and Marisol. And then to Andy's right, we have Larsa, Lisa, Nicole, Adriana. So to Andy, the chairs next to Andy are Gertie and Larsa. That's interesting. I would have expected Alexia and Lisa. Has Lisa ever had a seat next to Andy? I feel like she's always the second seat next to Andy. Like the second seat after the seat next to Andy. It's a good, yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised by it. Julie at the end, Dr. Nicole. Yeah, I'm not surprised by it. Larsa being the second, center chair is a little shocking to me. But I guess Larsa and Gertie have a lot of tension and heat, so we'll see. We'll see how that unfolds. It's been a good season in Miami. I think there's been drama, there's been heat. They've been, coming out like they've all been fighting. It's been messy. We had the Mamacita brunch. I've been covering it every Tuesday with Chelsea Stark Jones on the Ringer Reality TV podcast. We host the Morally Corrupt show Tuesdays. Rachel Lindsay hosts the Friday edition. Chelsea and I host the Tuesday edition. We cover Miami and we cover Southern Charm. So we'll see what the Miami's on fire. Miami's on fire. Okay. Let's get into some OC news, okay? Because Alexis Bellino is calling out Meghan King. Whew. So Meghan King spoke out, I guess, against or she commented on Alexis's new relationship with John Jansen, who's Shannon Bedore's ex. So Meghan, I guess, claims that she was concerned about Alexis's relationship with John because she was worried that John may be love bombing her, and she's worried that John may be a narcissist. And now Alexis is fighting back because Alexis said, no way, Jose. So Alexis went onto her Instagram stories and was popping off on what's her face? On Meghan King, which listen, Meghan can be a little messy, but Alexis went on her Instagram, went onto her story and showed a text thread between she and Meghan King, or she has her list as Megan Edmonds. She sent the article, and the article title is Meghan King voices concerns over co-star's new relationship. And then she wrote, "Really?" with 3 question marks. I'm not only in shock, I'm completely heartbroken because I thought you were my true friend. Maybe read this text to page 6. I thought Meghan was my friend and concerned for my vulnerable heart. However, she's actually the one who just chose fame over a friendship to disclose certain private texts that were false and taken out of context. John is not a narcissist, Meghan. Your information is wrong. I'm disgusted and completely hurt by your actions. Listen, Meghan's messy. Meghan thinks everybody's a narcissist. But then Meghan also doesn't have the best picker in men. So I understand why she's a little she's a little untrustworthy of men. Which I will say in relation to the Vanderpump Rules premiere, you guys, it gave me all the feels. Definitely enjoyed the premiere. I think people are going to be a little shocked by what they get from this Vanderpump Rules premiere. I feel like I can kind of talk about it a little more because I'm sure there'll be some leaks now that the premiere party happened and people got to watch it last night. But it was good. I think people are going to be surprised. Very curious what people's reaction is going to be to Lala in the premiere. I'll just say that as a little bit of insider scoop. But so Alexis continues, and she shares an article, an old article from April 2022, which coincidentally is written by her current publicist who used to be a reporter at E! News and is no longer a reporter at E! News, and now he's her publicist. Shared his old article from 2022. The article is an exclusive. This former Real Housewives of Orange County star says she tried to rejoin the cast for season 16 but was rejected. After appearing on The Real Housewives of Orange County as both a full-time cast member and guest, Meghan King tried and failed to rejoin the Bravo series for this season. And Alexis Bellino then added the caption on top of a screenshot of this article saying, "Sharing our private texts with the world may be the lowest point yet in your pursuit of fame. Find a different friend to use. Meghan, O'Toole, King, McDill, Edmonds, Biden, Owens." Oof. Is she getting alimony or spousal support for all these marriages? Because if not, girl, you need to stop getting married. Only get married if there's a benefit to it, honey. All the OC drama. Who knew Alexis Bellino was going to be such a lightning rod? Yeah, what a time, what a time, what a time to be alive. I'm living for all this OC drama, but I want them all back. Bring Meghan King back, bring Alexis back, bring all of them back on the show, and let's just hash it all out. Hash it all out. I want to see it all unfold. Poor Jen, the new Jen that came in last season. She's like, what is going on? She has no idea what the situation is or where anything with anyone or anything's happening because it's just like a whole hot mess that she just walked into, and she's like, all I know is Tamara, and Tamara's messy, and she doesn't know the history. She doesn't have the history with all of this. So Steve says, I guess Alexis is not a Christian anymore. Why is she not a Christian? What about any of that has determined that she's not a Christian? Jen who? The new Jen on Real Housewives of Orange County. Jen, remember she has her douchebag boyfriend Ryan. I totally forgot about Jen. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But OC's, I mean, we're back. We're rolling. We're in production. So we'll see what happens. Lock them in a room with alcohol. Okay, Marianne Stout. That's what they're trying to not do, is get sued anymore for any of the drama. Can't wait for OC to return. Anything else, guys? Any other thoughts, feelings, vibes before we wrap? Oh, this is our last episode. I mean, we will have members only tonight. It'll air for No Filter Plus members on Friday mornings. So stay tuned for that. But my goodness, what a fun time. Any other closing thoughts, feelings, vibes, questions? Be sure to tune into my episode with OKOP, which will be dropping tomorrow. They're on my podcast. I'm on their podcast. Today, I believe it's today on Thursday, I'm on the Pink Shade podcast with Mary Payne. Shout out to Mary Payne. We're talking about the Salt Lake City reunion. We're talking about Orange County. So there's a lot to tune into. My recap with The Ringer is out now. Morally Corrupt, the Tuesday edition. You can listen to that on the Ringer Reality TV podcast. And yeah, get ready, Freddie. Get ready. Freddie, bring Kelly Dodd back. I would love to see them bring Kelly Dodd back. Kelly Dodd is a good time. Kelly Dodd is great TV. And I actually kind of feel like Kelly Dodd would be a fun addition to Vicky and Shannon's show, the live shows that they're doing. How do you join members only? There's a link in the description below that you can click on that'll get you access to become a member of the Zack Pack on YouTube. Or if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, you can become a member of No Filter Plus. And I do think, what are we in January? I think come February, we will be revamping book club. We will be bringing it back. We'll do a monthly book club. So we will have a new membership option that you can join that will be book club. That'll get you bonus content, and it'll get you our monthly book club access. We'll pick one book per month, and then we'll have one live stream where we recap the juiciest bits of that book. Preferably new books. I don't want to go and rehash old books. So members only is the best $2.99 you will ever spend. Thank you, Russ Davis. I agree. I think it's great. Hi, Aaron T. Hi, Marianne Stout. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Endub. Hi, Mercur, McFlurry. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. If you're not a member and I'm not going to hear from you this weekend, then enjoy your weekend. I'll talk to you on Monday. We'll have new tea, new scoop. You can always follow me at Just Plain Zack all over the internet. Follow the podcast at No Filter with Zack. That way you're always up to date with all the latest tea. I'll keep you posted on how my Saturday evening goes with Kristen Takeman. She will be doing the Q&A. I'm thinking of maybe getting her on the podcast soon. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. It should be more than $2.99. Well, book club will be $4.99. So you have the $2.99 option, which is just a weekly bonus episode every week, or you can upgrade and get the bonus episodes plus the book club and maybe some other exclusive content. I think I have a members only special that I'll be dropping today. So members only will have lots of extra content. Or maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. Maybe that'll be I'll save that for tomorrow. Members only will have a special bonus that you're going to get on Friday. So I'll tell you that right now to make up for last week, since last week we didn't have a members only because I was when I was out of town, when I did my family vacation. So there you go. All right, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Have a wonderful weekend. Be sure to follow me. Be sure to leave me a 5-star podcast review because we love 5-star podcast reviews. Let's get it. Your podcast voice relaxes me. Zen Zack. Oh, thank you, Renee. Thank you. All right. Love you, mean it. Bye.